Ha ha! What's up, Busters? The bug catcher is here today, smoking trees, and I'm catching Butterfrees. Anyway, fuck all that, right? Pokemon just does everything half-assed, half-baked. And I don't really know when this started, right? I'm not really sure when they decided to do this. It actually seems that this trend of let's just put out some bullshit and they'll eat it up, to me, it seems like it started, you know, whenever they went 3D, right? Whenever Pokemon went 3D is when everything started to seem half-assed. But I will even counterpoint my own argument that perhaps they've been doing everything half-assed the whole time. So let's just go through a brief history of what I'm talking about. The fact that each generation needs an enhanced version kind of lets you know that no matter what they're doing, the shit's trash, right? No matter what they got going on, the shit's stupid. Red, blue, and I made a similar video referring to just the graphics, but now I'm just going to refer to Pokemon as a goddamn whole, okay? So, red, blue, green, glitchy, trash, fucked it up. There's like 8 versions of those games. There's the Japanese ports, the US ports, fucking Pokemon Yellow. You know what I'm saying? If games need an enhanced version, then the game you put out was shitty. Like, I don't, the Sinnoh games, right? Excuse me, Busters, I lost my train of thought. The Sinnoh games, right? Shit's slow, the Pokédex sucks, and you would think they would notice all these things beforehand. Platinum comes out, they fix a lot of stuff, but you shouldn't have needed fixing, right? I know nowadays a lot of games come out fucked up, but back then not a lot of games came out half finished, undercooked. You know what I'm saying? Just Pokemon, really. And, this leads to other topics or other games that they look like, for example, Pokken Tournament, right? I'm sitting here playing Pokken Tournament, and it's all about who hits the buttons the fastest, right? Because I got 50 online matches. And it doesn't matter how many combos I block, right? Like a Lucario player will do the stupid couple hit combo and then they pull out the long bone sword, aura sword bone thing, that Lucario does in the game, and he like jabs you with it, right? I'll block all that with Scizor, go to hit Y to do the move where he slides on the ground, avoiding punches, but yet I'll block all that, do that move, and get hit anyway. It's like, well, why did I block his combo? Let's look at Scarlet and Violet. It took 4 years and a whole new console for the games to look good. And I have a video on the channel where I say Scarlet and Violet are underrated. And that's why they're underrated, because they came out so graphically bad and not finished and underperforming on... Bro, Scarlet and Violet look like GameCube games. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. I think they have probably the best overall story in Pokemon. And yet, people can't even appreciate the fucking games because they always do something half-assed. T-Tar likes to say, and I'm not knocking him. This ain't one of them about to go in on a YouTuber or a fan video, right? But T-Tar keeps saying, fucking, right. Sorry, y'all. T-Tar keeps saying that Legends Arceus, hold on, y'all. So he keeps saying that there wasn't supposed to be a Diamond and Pearl remake, that the Legends Arceus was supposed to be the Sinnoh remakes, quote unquote. And there is some evidence for this, right? But let's just say, that they didn't want to do the Diamond and Pearl remakes, but obviously they did them anyway, right? That shit's still trash. You can't, I don't care that they, it's like a freebie, but it still sucks. That's the only Pokemon, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are the only Pokemon games I've ever returned to GameStop. Not Let's Go, not Scarlet and Violet, definitely not Sword and Shield, but fucking Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I had to return. Because that shit was trash, bro. X and Y has the worst story in all of Pokemon. I know I'm going everywhere, right? But I started off with saying this is the 3D. Since the 3D shit, they've been, they put all their effort on these lame-ass 3D graphics and don't even tell a good story in X and Y. No one has character development, and I don't even want to admit this, no one has character development or good characters like in Black and White or like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet or the Alola games. Everything Pokemon does is just half-assed, and I'm kind of getting sick of it. And as a kid, just wanting to be friends with these creatures and wanting to do things alongside of them, I'm not sure if I ever noticed these flaws. They didn't fuck around with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, right? They didn't fuck around with Fire Red and Leaf Green. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fuck around, even though I don't like Black and White and Black and White 2. They didn't fuck around with those games. You can tell they really put effort into these games. But like I was saying, Diamond and Pearl, why is it so slow? Why when I hit Chansey, that shit takes 18 hours to go away? You know what I'm saying? It's one of the slowest. I'm not trying to trog through the snow and be slow. And, look at their hype season for Legends ZA. There's been 3. They've announced Legends ZA, a year and a half, 2 years ago, and there's been 3 trailers? Everything they do is shit. Half-assed. And I don't know what to do anymore. The older I get, the more I play these games, the more it's fuck. Can we just get a new team? Can whoever makes Breath of the Wild, can they just jump on a Pokemon game? Whoever made Cyberpunk, can they come fucking help? Whoever helped with Xenoblade, can they come, or Xeno Chronicles, whatever the fuck, can they come help? Because Pokemon's just lackadaisical. They're lazy. And I'm not excited for the future. I think they're gonna go all in because, it's Gen 10. But I just don't see it. Pokemon is so reliant on the nostalgia act. And I just made a video talking about Gen 1ers, right? So, I don't know. Pokemon's in a lost, is going downhill, right? Pokemon, they don't really have a clear vision. Kobe Bryant said it best, right? And I'll leave it with this, Busters. Kobe Bryant said, someone told him to never put all your eggs in one basket. And Kobe Bryant said, fuck all that. Put all your eggs in one basket, and if that shit don't work, go get more eggs, right? I'm tired of Pokemon. How many YouTubers have you heard? Oh, well, Pokemon wanted to do a little test area in Sword and Shield, and that's why they have the wild area, because it's like a prototype. Listen to what you just said. So you're telling me they released a prototype game? Like, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. They don't put all their eggs in one basket and go with the move. They have a team doing this, and then now they have Game Freak with, the reincarnation game, and they got like a team of 200, and not everything's split around. This whole company fucking sucks. T-Tar should be running it. T-Tar always makes jokes about running it and doing this and that. Someone should, because they don't know what the fuck they got going on. Like, everything's half-assed. Nothing makes sense anymore. And I'm starting to wonder if it ever did. And, and that's real disappointing to say because I'm losing love for this. It's hard to play. I'm 28 years old. How many times am I going to have to play, Ruby and Sapphire? How many times am I going to have to play Heart Gold and Soul Silver? Because everything new that they're doing is fucking half-baked. That's why the prices of those games are like $300, and that's why I don't even care. I play those games. I'll just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. You guys leave your comments below, right? Like and sub. We're approaching approaching 1,000, you guys. And I'm really just here to shake things up in the community. But I can't shake things up without you guys. You guys are going to allow me to shake things up. And I appreciate that. So just go ahead, like, sub, comment, hit the noti bell. I'm trying to get more content coming. I'm trying to have more coherent thoughts getting put out there. As y'all can see, I kind of just hit record and get to talking about however I'm feeling. And I'm starting to also feel like that's not the best thing, Buster. So you guys let me know if you like the content, what you want new. And with that being said, Busters, the bug catcher is fucking out of here. Fuck Pokemon in their asses. You feel me?